Hello everybody, welcome to Riichi Mahjong. We got a game review today. We got a game logger review today. If you want to submit your own game logger reviews, you can do so in the description. There's a link in the description to a Google form that lets you do that. Okay, we've got here, Arnavion has very gracefully provided a game review. It's a friendly game. It's a friendly game. Sorry, it's a friendly game, but that's okay. So we don't have to take things super seriously. But they've left a little note here that says, I really want to see your opinions on my calls and discards in South 4-1. And then there's a bit of a spoiler note which I haven't read. So let's just go. Okay, Arnavion is a good player as far as I'm aware, but they play lots of casual games. They're not on that ranked grind like I am. I'm gonna have to open the door. Sorry, it's way too hot for this. It's way too hot for this to have the door closed. There is a breeze. Sorry, this is professional. You too can be featured on the YouTube channel in such a fashion. Okay, right. This hand is kind of sad, isn't it? Really, ultimately. Whoa, that's way too fast. That's way too fast. Let's turn this off as well. There we go. Now we're talking. Yes, Sanshoku is like 1,000,000 miles away. So slightly less than 1,000,000 miles away now. It's going to be hard to know exactly how serious to take this. Obviously, it's a friendly game. But if we can learn, if somebody can learn something. I mean, I know Arnavion's probably not too concerned about playing 100% optimally in a friendly game, you know. It's all looking fairly normal so far. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Got a call. Yeah. I agree with this. Just whoa, the Khan is frankly optimistic. Seven, 8, I'm assuming the play with the Khan is to do 7, 8, 9 Sanshoku as your Yaku. So throw the and then have a pair of 8s. So throw this 9. And then just hope that you can chi into a 7 of characters and a 7 of bamboo, but that's optimistic. Wowzers. Good lord. Okay. I mean, so yes, this is a friendly... Again, let's reiterate this. This is a friendly game. We're not on the ranked grind here. That's really weird. I wonder if you transition into Toy there. Problem with that is you kind of have... Well, you don't know that before this, actually. That's not what I wanted to happen. I wonder if you transition into Toy there with that extra triplet. This could come out. This is not dead, but obviously it's just passed. But it's either way, it's tough, right? It's obviously you can pawn a lot easier than you can chi. We know this to be true, but at the same time, your other triplets are already finished. It's not like you've got pairs. If you had pairs, then maybe. At this point, just hope for the best. You're still just hoping to find a 7 of characters and a 7 of bamboo. That Riichi is devastating. That is an interesting throw, given the circumstances, but very lucky to not hit. Unlucky / lucky to not hit Dora there, depending on who you're playing as. Okay, this sounds good. Guess win straight away, and then you got 4, 5, 6, or 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Right? I got the screen reader out. We got some time here to talk about stuff like this. You could read this like in several different ways, depending on exactly how Like if you start counting from the front, then you've got 4, 5, 6. So then you've got a loose 5. You got 7, 8, 9. So you got a 4, 5, 6 and a 5, 7 shape here. But then also, no one's saying you have to keep this 9, right, for Tanya. So you could say it's 6, 7, 8. It's not that good, to be fair. You've got 5, 6, 7 Ipeku here, which is also not brilliant, given you've already got a 4, 5, 6 and a 5. You kind of just have to wait and see what you draw. But I would, obviously you just don't want to dismantle any of this. The North Wind has to go, the 2 has to go, the 4 has to go. You want to keep all of this for as long as possible until you're forced to make a decision. Like, that's really good. That's really good. That's also very interesting. So where's the... If you were to draw a 5 right here, what's the hand looking like now? 4, 5, 6. So it's still awkward, isn't it? It's still very awkward. Again, you're not really... So, but this is the problem, is that this is the kind of thing you have to be aware of, is if you were to draw this 5 of bamboo right now, what are you doing? And then, I always say, when in doubt, just throw a terminal tile, you know? Like, just start trimming from the outside, because this 9... If everything's, all things considered, are the same, then the 9 can just go, and then you've got 6, 7, 8, 4, 5, 5. I mean, you've still got no pair. But you could at least read this then as a 4, 5, a 5, 6, a pair of 7s, a 4, 5, 6, and a 7, 8, 9, and those are at least your 5 shapes, and then this can go, and then this can go. But it's, whoops. It's certainly very awkward. It's not a very clear line. That does change things. So that is Tempoi. Drawing straight into that. So that's a pair of 4s, a 5, 6, 7, a 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's interesting. And then, yeah, not reaching. This is smart. There's a lot of upgrade lines here. 7 of bamboo, 3 of bamboo. You just sumo it. It's unfortunate. Yeah, maybe just call it before you have to wait any longer. It's not a terrible idea. It's a very fine line between waiting for improvement and just making sure you're the first person to call Riichi. This Chi's interesting. That's the Dora, that's unfortunate. Lost the safe tile there to throw into the Riichi, but again, I mean, this is inside Tsuji at least. Maybe this is Tempoi. Should we have a quick peek and see if they're in Tempoi? No, they're not in Tempoi. Oh, they are in Tempoi. Sorry, why did I not see that? Did that take a few seconds to come up? No, I'm just stupid. They are in Tempoi for no Yaku though. So maybe they know something I don't. It's possible they cheat to break Ipatsu because they had no safety, but that doesn't make any... When did they cheat? Did they cheat straight away after the Riichi? No. Yeah, okay. I mean, as we've said, it's a friendly game, so it's not, you know. Unless I'm missing something blatantly obvious, I think the chi is just obviously incorrect. So this is a good example, right? If you'd have not reached, you'd waiting for an improvement tile, you still wouldn't have found it by now. You'd be in the middle of the second row and you still wouldn't have found it. Chi. Sometimes you just gotta send it. Wow. There it is. That's a very bold throw. Was there some sort of half flush of circles maybe was happening over here, or pure straight maybe? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I wonder why they threw the 5 and not the 9. I wonder why they threw the 5 and not the 9. Neither are particularly safe, but the 6 has come out after the Riichi, right? So you know it's not 7-8 weight. Whereas the 5 is only half Suji here with the 2. And then you're waiting on a 6, which has already been proven quote-unquote safe into this Riichi, so... Interesting. Oh, is there a was there a, no, there's not a Sanshoku in there. Okay. Okay. The notes say, everyone was between Advanced 3 and Expert 2, so... Yeah, it's not an extremely high level lobby, and it's also a friendly game, so as I say, let's not, you know... If the other people in the game watch the video, then I'm not going to be too harsh on them for that reason, but maybe there'd be a... That's unfortunate that they had the Red Dragon after all of that, but that's going to make when you Riichi in a second very funny. So this is a really good case of just like sending the Riichi, like you don't care about this 2-4 shape being not very good, this player has just dismantled all of the defense they have. It's also very tempting to not pawn this if it comes out. This is so unlucky. It's very tempting to not pawn this if it comes out. You could pawn this, throw the 6. You are in Tenpai, but the 6 is spicy. So yeah, so now you're in Tenpai. 7 is no Yaku, but White Dragon might just come out. Somebody might, especially from this player. This player has no need for it whatsoever. If this player has no need for it whatsoever. It does look like a half flush of circles, I have to say. North Wind hedging their bets to start with, and then the draws were like, nah, it's circle tiles, I'm afraid. Actually, it's circle tiles. Rip. Nice. Nice little quick White Dragon only hand. Put this player even more in the despair pit. I'm assuming this was circles. No? No, they're just in Tenpai. It's just in Tenpai for... I mean, it's Red Dragon 1 door is the deal. That's fair enough. Still wouldn't have thrown a circle tile into them though. Yeah, that's fair enough. Right, he's 4. Dealer seat time, baby. This hand is so good. Yeah, pawn that straight away. Just get it out of the door. Just get this one out of the door. You'd love to pawn this. Oh, disgusting. Someone's just going to sack a Giri as 6 of characters, thinking that's fine, don't need this, let's throw it before it gets me into trouble, and then their life's going to be absolutely ruined. If the Dora comes out though, then you've got to ask yourself an interesting question. You could pawn the Dora, throw the 5, and wait for the last copy of the Dora, which would be so funny. To have 3 copies of the Dora here and then still need the last copy. Because somebody could just throw the other Dora and be like, ah, there's no way they need all 4 copies. Oh, that's really... Oh, God! Yeah, you're kind of a bit stuck here. Kind of a bit stuck here. Kind of just have to hope that this 3 doesn't deal in and then give this player and this player a chance to throw any old random tile into you. And then hopefully by the time it comes back around you've got another safe tile. Oh my god! Yeah, I think you could probably just send this. I don't think you got any other choice. The 5 came out after this Riichi, right? So this player doesn't have 6-7. This player doesn't have 6-7. This player doesn't have 6-7. This player could have 6-7. This could have come from a 7-6-6 shape. A 6-7-7 shape, sorry. Quite easily could have done. But what choice do you have here? If this passes, then you just get 3 absolutely free draws here to hit. Good. Amazed that didn't deal in somewhere. East wind, send it. Yeah, got no choice. 6 of characters? 6 of characters? 6 of characters? How? Okay, so there's a lot of, I hate this situation, right, where you're the only player who hasn't called Riichi, because it comes back to your turn so quickly. This should be... nah, 2-3 shapes are dangerous. 2-3 shapes are very likely and dangerous here. No one is really telegraphed a distinct lack of 2-3 shapes. Let's turn this on, shall we? Good God! It's an absolute bloodbath, people. Look, I'm sure when I turned the hand, I'm sure it was taking a few seconds to load this. I'm sure this wasn't there immediately. Because I looked here first, but maybe I didn't, I don't know. So here you got, like, it's half Suji with the 7 as well, but like this may be a step too far. It may be time to just hope that someone else deals into someone else, but it really sucks to give away your dealer seat here. Really sucks. And your only other good option really is this 5 of circles, which just completely kills the hand. Oh wait, no, this 5 of characters came out. Oh, okay, yeah, that's good. That's smart. I told you I told you Arnavion was better than me. I told you. Someone's gonna deal into somebody else. Yeah, just maybe follow cut that. Ooh. There we go.
Riichi, Dora, Dora.
Good. Danger avoided. Close game. Alright, welcome to the South rounds of Side the Hands again.
Oh.
Okay. Half flush is it? Straight away? Not sure. Not sure about that.
Chi.
It's going to be hard to get this over the line now, I feel like, with all these loose Onitars. But yeah, cut the red dragon because it's been cut once already. Makes sense. Yeah, this is always a problem with committing to a half flush so early, is that... I mean, what if you draw the Dora now, as well?
Chi.
Riichi.
Yeah, like... Oh, and that's the Dora. Oh, God! Okay, let's move over to this player just briefly. Just briefly. Let's do this, shall we? Just in case.
Riichi.
So Riichi were declared. Okay. Southwind comes out. I mean, I'm being overly harsh here. It's like, is there actually much chance this player overtakes you? 3 safe tiles, basically. 3 safe tiles into this Riichi. Plus, even if you can't it's not like you're in Tenpai. And you get into Tenpai, because the tile you draw is good. Actually is good. And then you do throw the 9, which is Suji to this, which is fine. And you do get into Tenpai. So, in retrospect, it's fine. 9 times out of 10, this is going to backfire on you. You're going to lose 3 safe tiles, and then you're going to give this player more chance to actually get back into the game by giving them more Dora and Oradora chances. But I'm sure you know that. Everyone knows that, don't they? But if you don't... Did I press play? Am I just stood here with my hands on my head thinking, oh god. Hand on my head thinking, wow, this player's taking a long time to think about the tile they have to throw because they've declared Riichi. And we're folding. Because we can't really throw the Dora. And we especially can't throw the Dora because someone else's can't, giving everyone else the potential for a lot of value.
Chi.
Okay, why not? It's a full flush. Why not at this point, eh? Please hit. Be so good. Just be so funny.
Run.
Yeah.
Run.
No Oradora. Riichi Pinfu. Nothing, nothing, nothing. No Oradora. That's very lucky. That's very lucky. Wait, why have you... I thought you needed the 7 to win. Did you change your weight? No, 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 no. Very debatable. Very debatable. Not terrible. Don't get me wrong. Because you're now also waiting for... I mean, you do get to wait on an 8 that literally just came out. It is very funny. But it's not actually that much better, right? You can see 2 of the 5s and 2 of the 8s. Statistically, it's not much better. Okay, no, I think that's justifiable. Turning that to a double-sided weight. I think that is justifiable. This player could easily throw an 8, trying to fold. They'd never throw a... Well, they could throw a 5, I suppose. It is safe into both of you.
Run. Run.
And then doesn't matter what you do, you throw in the 3 there anyway, so... Okay, alright, South 2. What was that? What did we have to look at? South 4. South 4 is where the action happens.
Pong.
Yeah, why not? This is interesting. You've got to make the choice here between a floating 4 or this 1-2 shape, and it's always very, very tough to make the decision. Make this kind of decision. Because this accepts 4 copies of the 3. But you can just chi this from here. Whereas this accepts all the 2s, all the 3s, all the 5s, all the 6s. But, at the same time, this is going to take you 2 turns to get rid of. And in those 2 turns, if you draw 3 characters, you're livid, right? It's very close. It's always very, very close, those decisions, and I don't really have a good way of working out what's best and what's not. I'd be more tempted, actually, looking at it, I'd be more tempted to keep both and just get rid of this. Because you can chi a 5 here, you can chi an 8 here, you can accept another copy of the Dora and then get rid of this 4 and have 2 double-sided weights here. I think by throwing the 9, I think by throwing this 9 you kind of get the best of both worlds of keeping this and this, I would imagine. I mean, you can chi the 8 here and throw this 4 and be in Tenpai. Because you are still missing a pair. So, like, if you consider this as your pair, See, like this is like, I mean, it's confirmation bias, of course it is, because you could have thrown this 1-2 and this tile could have been a 3 of characters, and you'd be like, why have I done this? But mathematically, you are more likely to find a tile that connects to this 4 than you are to find the 3 of characters.
Chi.
Now, see, now you're doing this anyway, which is fine.
ち
Okay, that's fine. We're in 10 point. We're in 10 point. It's folding. That's acceptable.
ロンです
That's okay.
リーチタイヤをドラ
Not very good. Okay, the Northwind helps. The Northwind does help. Okay. I think maybe the White Dragon before this 3. This 3 is fine. In fact, I mean, even the 2 before this 3. Because I mean, let's count the shapes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. You could argue 5 shapes. You could argue 5 shapes. But you're only arguing 5 shapes because you're saying this is Sanmenshan, right? With 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. By keeping this 3 here, you kind of remove the reliance on finding this 3 pin. If you play pure tile efficiency and get rid of this, and then it's a toss up between the 2 and the Southwind, because the Southwind is double for you, of course. One of them has passed though. So I'd probably wager this 1 and then 2 and then 3, and then give yourself enough time to either find a 2 or a 4 of characters here, or find the 3 or even a 7 pin here. That would probably be better than just outright now never being able to use a 2 or a 4. That's really good. That's really good. That's really good. You're still heavily relying on this 3 pin to show up though. Okay. Now we're cooking with gas. Oh, that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Oh, you're joking
狙撃
me.
準備完了あ
No! No, 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 no. Police.
でも
Hello,
リーチ
police.
ドラ
That's gross. No, that's gross. I don't think it matters what order you discard there. I think your draws were so good that you just got into Tenpai anyway, and then that's disgusting. Boo, boo that player, boo them. Right, South 4. Here we go. Here we go. This is. Oh no, South 4 1. Sorry, this is South 4 0. Is there a South 4 1? Yeah, there is a South 4 1. Okay. Pushing for first here is viable. 4th place is not really likely, too likely. And obviously in a friendly game it's like 4th place. 4th place is just as meaningless as 1st place in a friendly game, but you know, if you're playing friendly games just to practice, you know, if you're playing friendly games to practice, then it's still viable. You still need to be locked in. These draws are exceedingly sad. I'm not sure you need to worry about keeping the east wind here. I think you could probably read this as a 1-2-2 shape and a 4-6-6 shape, because if you draw the 3, then you finish this, and then you can now accept a 5 and even a 6 pin here. Maybe. I mean, maybe it's also Tanyao. Also, Tanyao is very valid here. Tanyao is very valid here. Throw this, throw this. 2-2-4-6-6 is very strong, right? Because then with either the 3 or the 5, you have your pair, and then you have your run already locked in. So it's close. It is close, but the thing with the honor tiles, you've always got to remember when you're thinking about tile efficiency, you've always got to remember that this is just capped at 3. This is just capped at 3, even in the best case scenario. How many tiles does this accept? 3, at very most. So the fact that you can just look at this shape and go, well, not only does this accept all 3 copies of the 3 of circles that I can't see, it also accepts 2 copies of the 2 pin. So you can already tell that this is just 5 already. And even if you can't do that on the fly, which is very difficult, admittedly, the fact that you can just always look at a single honor tile and go, how many tiles does this accept? 3. The fact that this only accepts 3, and you know that there's 4 copies of every tile, means that you can just see that there's 4 copies of the there's 4 copies of the 3 pin here anyway. So that helped me a lot to sort of just always count this as just 3. Does this shape accept more or less than 3 tiles? You are the dealer, there is your seat wind, but so it's you know, but one of them has passed. I don't know. I mean, Macca always tells me off. I can never get it right anyway. So do you keep the 6 here in favour of this 8? Actually, looking at it in retrospect, do you just bail on this? I think you bail on this. I don't think you want this. I think you want to keep this 2, 2, 4, 6, 6 shape intact for the reasons we said, right? Because it accepts all the 3s and all the 5s, and then you just trim the other side, and now you've got your pair. Although the 2 is the door, isn't it? Yeah, I actually maybe neglected to see that the 2 is the door, so you really do want to use the 2, 4 shape as best you can. So maybe it's fine. It's close. I think you could agree that that's close. You don't really want to throw the Dora, do you? If you draw the 5 of characters, though, you're pretty upset. You're pretty upset to draw the 5 of characters in a way that I'm not sure I agree with that. I'm not sure I agree with that at all. Tanyao it is, then I guess. Tanyao it is. Okay. Okay. Never punished. This is awkward though. If you do find the 5 of circles, you're in Ferriton, but hopefully it won't be that much of an issue. Nice. Oh, why's she got a gun? She's brought a gun to the Mahjong table. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is what the heck? Alright. I mean, my first instinct here is chuck this, pawn this, and then see what you draw into. And ideally you can throw this, and ideally you either find the 3 characters or you find a way to improve this for a bamboo, and then you chuck this and chuck this, or you chuck the other one. That's my first instinct. That is what my brain tells me. That's how to play this hand. I mean, I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that's wrong, because it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shapes, right? But if you had a 6, 8 shape in your hand and you had a 2, 3 shape in your hand, which one of those 2 would you rather have? Huh? Which one of those 2 would you rather have? Which is why it's so often wrong to throw even a 2 against a lone Yakuhai, because, yeah, you got to imagine a situation. Well, I mean, I was going to say you got to imagine a situation whereby you keep the 2, you throw this, you draw the 3, and then on the turn that you draw, the turn that you were going to throw this, you draw the 4 or the 1. And then the counterpoint to that is, well, what if I throw the white, and then on my next turn I draw the white? And yeah, I mean that does happen. That does happen. But okay, all right. Pawn. Again, for the reasons we've established, would you rather have a 3-4 of bamboo or a 4-5 of bamboo, or would you rather have a 6-8 of circles? You gotta throw this. You gotta throw this. It'll do you though. Like, so you got East, you got Sea Wind, which is 1 Han. You've got a Red 5, which is another Han. And then maybe you've got Green Dragon, which is another Han for sure, as the dealer. So let's say you've got 2 Han. Let's say you've got 2 Han, because you keep this 1-1-2 shape, and you end up drawing a 3 before anything else. So you throw this 1, and the Green Dragons become your pair. So you got 2 Han as the dealer, which is 2,900. He said confidently. Maybe 2,400, depending on if you Ron somebody or Sumo or whatever. Oh wait, no, you can't get 25. You can't get 25 Fu unless it's 7 pairs, or some other ungodly hand build. So it's 2,900. It is 2,900, and 2,900 is not enough unless you get it directly from this player. But you're in the dealer's seat, so you may as well just take what you can get, and then your next hand can be even quicker. Oh, it's tight. It is certainly tight. Yeah, so now you've pawned this, which you could have done anyway if you'd have kept the 2. You could have still pawned this if you'd kept the 2. But you would have also been able to chi the 3 from this player. And now you're relying on this being your pair, or if you do pawn this for the value, you got to find a pair somewhere else, which is fine. Not against it. Okay.
Pong.
No. All right. So, yes, basically. Basically, yes. Basically, it's good because this has given you the value. This has given the value that you need. You were single tile waiting anyway. What's the difference between single tile waiting to finish a 6, 7, 8 versus single tile waiting to just get a pair of 6s or a pair of 8s? Like, what is the difference? There is no difference. Except you've also now got this. So now you've got East Wind, Green Dragon, Red 5. So now you've got 3 Han as the dealer. Which is 5,800, which is exactly enough. Exactly enough. If you Ron somebody, because you're in the dealer's seat. Will the game carry on? That's a good question, actually. You're tied, but you're in the dealer's seat. I don't actually know. But if you sumo, then obviously it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's... Oh, Personally, I'm the kind of player who wouldn't do that, because I will be kicking myself when I draw the 8 of circles on my next turn. If someone discards an 8 of circles, obviously I don't care about that, because they're throwing it because they're folding, right? They've seen that it's not going to deal into me, so they're throwing it. But the fact that 2 of them are here, yes, it means that someone's more likely to throw one, but it's probably just at the bottom of the wall, right? Probably. 8 of circles? Don't agree with that. No, I don't agree with that. Don't agree with that. That's achieved nothing. And now you have to throw the 1 because you can't throw the 4 because of the rules of the game. The rules of the game say you can't have a 4, 5, 6, chi a 7 and throw the 4. You can't move your weights like that. I'd have left that. I would have definitely left that. Because it's also given away that it's not Toy Toy, right? You've also telegraphed to everybody, actually, I don't have Toy Toy. But you do have a half flush now. Admittedly, you do have a half flush. But you didn't need the half flush. You didn't need the value of the half flush. And now you've got absolutely no defense whatsoever. Why? Oh wait, because they've all gone. Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. That'd be Furiton. So that makes sense. That's not a half flush, so you don't want it. Yeah, I can't argue with the Riichi there. Do they need to Riichi, is the question? Do they have a Yaku? No, they don't have a Yaku without Riichi, so they kind of have to Riichi. This would be a textbook case for staying down to 10 if you had the Yaku, but you don't. They don't, so... But I still agree. I still agree with the Riichi.
Riichi.
That one is... You've changed your weight to the 9 because it's the Dora. You don't want to throw the Dora. This player kind of has to reach you, right? Because they're in last place. They kind of just need to hope. This is inside Tsuji here. It's you pawned the 1 from this player as well, so this may deal into you. But obviously, I agree that the Dora is. You don't want to throw the Dora. You don't need the value of the half flush. Okay, it's good. That's come out because you threw it, so don't beat yourself up about that. No one's going to throw the door into you unless it's either of these two. Well, this player's not going to throw the door into you, but they might, based on what we've seen. No way. Oh, good lord. I guess my official verdict there is we take those, I suppose. I suppose we'll file that one under we take those. Alright, I can read the spoiler notes now. Maka had only 4 notes that round. It wanted to discard Chun in turns 3 and 4. I mean, obviously there's no way for me to show to sort of prove that what I am saying is what that I haven't read this beforehand. Want to discard Chun in turns 3 and 4. Pretty sure I said that. Had a slight preference for 1S over 8P in turn 8. Yeah, that's just maths, unfortunately. Everything else was bot approved. Well, goes to show how much I know. Mortal was roughly the same, just wanted to cut 6 8P before Chun. Okay. Yeah, because at this point you could have a half flush, right? I hadn't even considered the half flush, to be honest with you, because it seemed very greedy, and you don't need that many points, and you know. But I can see why it would say this at this point, because you can only see 1 red dragon. Fun fact, this would have been a Hanuman with local Yaku enabled because of Shiaru I can't read Japanese. 1 Han for winning with if your hand is only if your hand is only 1 tile because you've opened it to be on this 1 tile tanky weight, then that gives you an extra Han. That's a good Yaku actually. I really like that. That's a really good Yaku. Yeah, let's put that in the game, shall we? I expected at least the second call to be an error. The ones, I mean, I can see it from both sides, as we said. You know, keeping the You wanted the ones anyway. It's keeping the one. It's keeping the two, I think. I don't think the call is wrong. I think if you keep the two and you have the 1-1-2, I still think the call is right. Because that's why you keep the pair of ones. The engine's never ever ever, in my experience at least, the engine is never going to say try and win the entire match in this hand. It's going to just say win the hand, and if it gives you enough points, then it gives you enough points, and if we play again, then we play again. It's never going to say, and this might be a limitation of the engine, or it might just be because that is the best way to do it. It's going to say just win the hand, because even waiting 1 or 2 turns, even discarding 1 or 2 extra tiles for a little bit of value might be the difference between you winning this hand and not winning the hand, and if you don't win the hand, then the game's over. So priority 1 has to be win the hand. The number of points is kind of irrelevant. You know, there might be some edge cases where, obviously there are going to be cases where you have to make a decision between one discard and another, and one discard adds a Yaku and one discard doesn't have that Yaku, and the engine's obviously going to say we'll take the one that's got more Yaku because that's more harm, right? Like, but it's in my experience, the engine's never going to say play a half flush because a half flush gives you enough points to win. It's going to say play a half flush because that's the most likely way to win the hand. So yeah, so red dragon here for sure, but then you still pawn the 1s and throw the 2s there. But now you've got 5-6, 6-8, white dragon, green green. And then, you know, it's you still throw this. You've got the white, and then you throw the white for this because then you're in tempo anyway. So the hand's exactly the same. It's the green, and then the green dragon one. The irony is that you probably could have thought about getting rid of this. Well, it's only turn 6. You think pawning this makes the green dragon have to be your pair, but no, as we said, like, because you're single tile waiting here anyway, doesn't make any difference pawning this and then just having a different single tile wait. I think what I really disagree with, and I'm surprised, I really don't understand this. This can't be right, can it? Even more surprisingly, the bots are not adverse to the 4th call either. Skip versus call is 31.68 in Maka and only 47.53 in Mortal. 47.53. I guess ultimately it just makes no difference. Ultimately it makes no difference. I'm surprised though. It doesn't. It telegraphs that you don't have toy, but it does make it more obvious that you have a half flush, which you didn't before. That's crazy. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing this game, to be honest, because this is really interesting. I mean, Maka 31-68 skip is, to me, that is don't do it. Although I have made decisions that are 31 versus 68 and gone, it's probably fine. But Mortal being 47.53, it's because the expected value is the same. The expected value is the same. Your single tile waiting, whether you've got 4 tiles in your hand or 12 tiles in your hand, single tile waiting is single tile waiting, right? You're not folding. You're never folding. It just looks weird, doesn't it? It just looks wrong, even though it's functionally the same. It does give you an excuse to throw this 8. Yeah, it gives you an excuse to throw the 8 and lock in a half flush. Or throw the 1, I should say, and lock in the half flush. It means that you don't have to draw your own character tile to get that half flush. This player has given you one instead. And then it's such a shame that these have all gone. Such a shame that these have all gone. Because you'd wait on that, wouldn't you? And then Furiton. So, yeah. Good game. Good game. Well played. Good game. Well played. If you want your own game review done on the channel, then there's a link in the description to the Google form where you can submit, and I will do what you just saw for your game. And it doesn't matter if you're bronze, silver, gold, east, south. 4 players though, please. Because I don't know anything about 3-player Mahjong. And then we can all learn some stuff, and we all learned some stuff today, I feel like. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please let me know with a like or a comment, and if you want to see more Riichi Mahjong, be sure to subscribe. Other than that, take it easy, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.